All right, let's see what Minority Leader Jeffries has to say for us today.
This is now day 19 of the new administration. And we were told that Republicans were prepared to lower the high cost of living for everyday Americans. But we've seen nothing, no action, no legislation, no ideas, no proposals, nothing to lower the high cost of living.
Well, they just found a whole bunch of spending that didn't need to be done, like Sesame Street in Iraq. That could cut some of our costs and, make us a rich country.
Despite all of the focus and promises that had been made around lowering costs last year by my Republican colleagues. House Democrats will work with anyone in this town to improve the quality of life of everyday Americans. That's our focus. We want to get stuff done. We want to make life better for the American people. We want to drive down the high cost of living because America is too expensive.
Why hasn't Trump fixed the problem we've created the last 4 years in 2 weeks? Exactly. They just started looking at the budget, things we were spending on, finding all of this crazy ass spending that's going on. Let's start there. Let's see what our money is actually going to. Maybe we could cut out those expenditures. Maybe we could balance our budget to things that are actually important that will improve the American people's lives.
Housing costs are too high. Grocery costs are too high. Insurance costs are too high. Utility costs are too high. And childcare costs are too high. America is too expensive. Why can't my Republican colleagues agree with that simple proposition and work with Democrats?
Who is this loser? I've never seen him before, but Republicans would agree with that, and they're working on it right now.
To get something done. No ideas, no bills, no proposals, no executive orders.
No, they're cutting spending, which is going to help. Well, he was ready with all the 2025 stuff on day one. I mean, maybe some of that's true. Maybe the 2025 stuff is true, but I'm just taking this guy at face value. He's saying it's been 2 weeks, and he's saying, why haven't Republicans done all this stuff? Well, they are starting to do that stuff. They're looking at what we're spending on, and they're going to cut the fat. That's Dave Ramsey style budgeting right there. That is, hey, you need to go on rice and beans. That's pretty much what he's doing to America right now. He's saying, maybe we shouldn't be funding Sesame Street in Iraq. Maybe that's where we could actually get some of this money back. It's just common sense. And mind you, it's the second week.
Nothing from Republicans.
What I'm sick of seeing is this is obviously him trying to promote his party, and that's what's getting disgusting. That's what the American people don't want to see. They don't want to see the bullshit. They want to see things actually being done. People actually solving problems and not just trying to stand at this podium and bitch. That's what they're doing. That's all they're doing.
But chaos and cronyism. How is that lowering the high cost of living for everyday Americans? It's not.
Well, when you live on less than you make, you become rich. It's a simple concept, really.
It's day 19, and we're still waiting. Questions?
And just like that, he takes questions. That's all he had to say. That he came out and he says, yes, my party's still the best, guys. Remember us, the Democrats, we're the best. Come on. Republicans oppose any bills that help the folks on the bottom, and having billionaires tell us we should suffer is rich. I'm with you that Republicans do the same thing. But when a Republican is doing something right now to cut our spending, and then this guy comes out and he says they're doing absolutely nothing right now, and it's been 2 weeks to solve the problem that was existing in the Biden administration that was their party, That's when things look silly. That's when they're making themselves look like a fool. Instead, if this guy would have came out and said, hey, yeah, actually the Republicans found a lot of things that we were spending money on that we don't actually need, we can use that. Maybe I can propose this idea that we funnel this money that we're going to save into this to help people. That would win people over. And then if they propose a bill and the Republicans come back and they deny the bill, then you could say, oh, these evil Republicans are stopping people on the bottom from not making any money. That's how that would work. But that's not what this guy is doing. He just comes out, he says Republicans bad. They're not doing anything when they are doing something. They're doing the Dave Ramsey style budget. That's what I don't like. Like, and you can be a good Democrat. It's just, this is political BS. Like, I don't know who this guy is, but just seeing this from the 5 minutes of him walking out, this is your example of political BS that does nothing. All he's trying to do is cause conflict that will not benefit anybody. It's just going to create more conflict on the other side, and they go back and forth, and they don't do fucking anything. And then nothing gets done. Nothing. That's what this is. That's him. That's this guy right here.
We expect sometime before the end of the weekend, maybe Monday, Republicans to release their tax cut and government spending cut plan here. Will Democrats just dismiss that out of hand? And can you elaborate what the concerns are if they start to nibble around the edges of entitlement programs? But by the same token here, the idea that there'll be tax cuts in there, that they would argue is something that would lower costs for people.
We've been waiting for this so-called budget proposal for weeks. When is it coming? And what's the problem?
When they find out what to cut, because y'all got a bunch of bullshit in your budget that didn't need to be there. So now we got to go line by line to see what we're spending on, because the system has gotten so corrupt. So it's going to take a little bit more than 2 weeks. Those cuts are to fund a new tax cuts for the 1%, not to help the people. Maybe, but that would be the argument. Once they find all the money and they don't spend it on the people, that's when you can attack them.
What's the problem? We've been lectured for months by Republicans that they have a big mandate. Where is your bill? Where's your budget proposal? What we've seen from Republicans in terms of the budget is that they want to end Medicaid as we know it, are considering eliminating the mortgage interest deduction, and want to take away veterans benefits and nutritional assistance from children and families. Is that something that Democrats will support? No. We will also not support massive.
Look at this guy. Look at him, really. He doesn't even believe what he's saying. If you're a good judge of character, like, look at him in the eyes. He doesn't believe what he's talking about. He's just trying to say the thing that promotes his party. I'm serious. Like, look him in the eyes right now. Tell me that you don't see a liar, someone who's trying to be somebody who's not who they actually are.
Tax breaks for Republican billionaire donors.
He doesn't even believe what he's talking about.
And wealthy corporations, while doing nothing to lower the high cost of living for everyday Americans, and then sticking working class Americans with the bill. But it's all hypothetical because we've been waiting day after day, week after week, month after month for the Republican budget proposal. Where is it? What's the problem? You've lectured America that you have a big mandate. Where is it?
Thank you, Mr. Leader. Earlier today, Speaker Mike Johnson said that Democrats have been unresponsive over the last couple of days with respect to government funding negotiations. Can you update us on where things stand? What's your response?
Projection.
I'm sorry, can you clarify that? Because he's alleging that Democrats are trying to set up.
Look, they're like clarify like something. This guy is the guy that had the book report and he didn't read the book. And he's up there and he's just kind of like, So I bought almost a year worth of my favorite coffee on sale yesterday and saw the price go way, way down, sale over. You bought it and then it went on sale? Oh, you bought it on sale. Okay, I gotcha. Or way, way up. Man, I'm failing to read. This guy's got me so flustered. I need to just reel it back, you know. But I'm glad you made the deal. What's your favorite coffee? What's your brand?
Rosa, first of all, Republicans control the House, the Senate, and the presidency. They have every vote that they need, as we've been lectured, to do whatever the heck they want to the American people. Let's be clear about that. It's not Democrats saying that. That's Republicans. That's the whole idea.
The Biden-Harris clown show did all they could to put obstacles in front of Israel. Yeah, and we're not even on that right now. We're on the budget right now. No worries, a muted foghorn. Seattle's Best. You know, that's one coffee brand I don't think I have tried. I see it in the store, but I haven't tried it.
Behind the so-called budget reconciliation process. Republicans have told America repeatedly, we can do whatever we want because we control the House, the Senate, and the presidency. Republicans have been saying that. So I think my initial response, projection, should speak for itself in that context. But what also is clear, as Rosa DeLauro has stated publicly, Democrats continue to negotiate with our Republican colleagues. We want to find bipartisan common ground in funding the government to meet the needs of the American people.
We use a Keurig with refillable pods. Man, I'm bougie. I need whole beans. I grind the stuff myself. I'm a little ridiculous, but caffeine is like my one vice. I don't smoke or anything, so I don't drink. You got to let me have it, you know. Let me have my beans and that freshly ground and an espresso machine, all that good stuff. Starbucks bought Seattle's Best like 15 years ago. It doesn't exist? I know I've seen it on the store, so it must be like under them. Is this Hakeem Jeffries? If so, this guy is only up there to be seen. That's exactly what I've been saying, Chad. Yeah, it says Minority Leader Jeffries. He's killing me. He really is killing me right now.
Rosa DeLauro, who was leading our effort as the top Democrat on the House Appropriations Committee, has been trying to get Republicans to respond to her for weeks. Weeks. In fact, she's had the opportunity to actually speak with Senate Democrats and Senate Republicans. It's projection. We want to find bipartisan.
There's something calming about going through the process of grinding the beans and preparing it in a morning routine. It's like meditation almost.
Common ground. We are working hard to reach a spending agreement that meets the needs of the American people in advance of March 14th. I'm hopeful that Republicans are actually willing now to sit down at the table and reach a spending agreement in the best interest of the American people, not in the best interest of their billionaire donors.
When it comes to the next key leverage point you all have would be one of the things the government shutdown wins. To what extent are Democrats willing to withhold votes? Your argument about the mandate withstanding, but withhold votes to avoid a government shutdown? And what do you need in exchange? In particular, when it comes to, do you see it as an opportunity to try to stop Musk or
I appreciate the question, Kevin, but I'm trying to figure out what leverage we actually have. What leverage do we have? Republicans have repeatedly lectured America. They control the House, the Senate.
So this guy's pretty much just saying the same thing over and over. He's saying, "Oh, why haven't they fixed the problem in 2 weeks? Oh, here I am. Republicans bad. It's all their fault, guys. I'm not here to propose any solutions or do anything, and everything the Republicans are doing is just terrible." So I'm not gonna watch his BS anymore.